Let us look to the Gospel of John, chapter 4, the very familiar Samaritan woman at the well, and take our cue from Jesus what our ministerial and ecclesial outreach to these teenagers should look like. Because if among all the many lessons we can learn from that beautiful gospel passage, one of them surely is this: Jesus teaches us, minister to the face in front of you, and that face alone. Make no mistake, when Jesus went to the well of Jacob, and note, well ahead of her arrival, he gets there waiting for her in her place of isolation and in her hour of shame. He goes ahead there to wait for her to come. And when she comes there alone, and that's by Jesus' design, because he's going to minister to her. He even dispatches the disciples, because they have been shaped and formed by a culture too that's going to get involved and interrupt this process. So he says, go get some lunch. And it's just Jesus and her. And his singular goal is to get her to look at him and see him. But what does she do? She throws up culture every time. He begins the conversation and she throws up culture. I'm a woman, you're a man. Cultural argument. I'm a Samaritan, you're a Jew. Cultural argument. Who do you think you are? Better than Jacob? Cultural argument. We were taught to worship on the mountain. You people were taught to worship in Jerusalem, which is a cultural, religious argument. Every one of those obstacles that the culture which had shaped her identity, causing her to be alone, causing her to come here by herself, causing her to see herself as a sinner and unsavable, Jesus bats away. When she says, I'm a woman, you're a man, I'm a Samaritan, you're a Jew, he says, woman, if you understood who was asking you for a drink, you'd ask me. Look at me. Are you better than Jacob, who fed his kin and flocks from this well? Are you better than him? Forget that. You come here time and time again because this water can't satisfy your thirst. Look to me, I'll give you everlasting water. Look to me. Where should I worship? Where do I find God? I know it's a problem. Your people have this history, but I'm telling you, there's a moment coming. No, it's here where you will worship in spirit and truth. And that's when she looks at him. And he's able to say to her, with love and freedom, the one who's speaking to you, woman, I'm that God. He didn't minister to a culture. He wouldn't be drawn into it. But make no mistake, the end game is clear. The culture changed. What does she do? When he insisted in the ministerial moment to keep her focus on him until she absolutely was all in for him, the moment that awareness came, what does she do? Goes back to the culture and insists that it come to Christ. That's our model, my brothers and sisters. Minister to the face in front of you with truth and zeal and love. And we will lead them to the living waters, the fountain of their life, and they will know true love, and they will live in authentic freedom because you were willing to minister in the church, the same old church, the same church at the well of Sychar.